Thank you. I now recognize Representative from Rhode Island, Mr. Amo.
Thank you, Chairwoman Kim, and thank you to our witnesses for being here, including the distinguished former senator. It's an honor to be with you. For those watching at home, critical minerals and their supply chains are, like the name suggests, critical to our national security and American domestic manufacturing industries. From cell phones to solar panels to our most sensitive defense technologies, we rely on critical minerals every day. But as you know, China is a dominant processor of 19 of the 20 minerals the International Energy Agency considers key minerals. And China has 70% of the global processing capabilities for these minerals. Through export controls, the CCP wields access to these minerals to advance their global policy goals like a guillotine over everyone's head. In December 2024, China banned the export of gallium, germanium, and antimony to the US. In February 2025, China further restricted exports of tungsten, tellurium, bismuth, indium, and other minerals. And in April 2025, China cracked down on the exports of 7 heavy rare earth and magnets derived from them. Dysprosium, gadolinium, lutetium, samarium, scandium, terbium, and so on. And now, you know, the fact of the matter is most Americans, the folks that we're talking to at home, have not heard these names since studying the periodic table. And even then, I'm not sure they stored them to memory in their high school sciences classes. But it's important to break this down for the American people. It's critical because of the semiconductor, telecommunication, defense, and renewable energy industries. People around the country need to know this critical impact. Thankfully, President Biden understood the importance of securing our critical mineral supply chains. Under his leadership, the State Department worked with the Development Finance Corporation and our allies to ensure that American businesses were shielded from the CCP's market pressures. In 2022, we established the Mineral Security Partnership, the State Department program that was dedicated to accelerating the development of diverse critical mineral supply chains free from China's control. But we have a challenge at hand because the Trump administration has gone forward with reductions in force that can have an impact that undermines all of these efforts, this awareness that we do have in a bipartisan way to have access to critical minerals. And we saw just last Friday, the State Department lose through their reduction in force and firing of 1,300 employees as a part of a plan to shrink that workforce in a way that is not thoughtful. And instead of working to secure our critical mineral supply chains, Trump is firing experts and causing those remaining to be distracted by fear for their jobs instead of focusing on American interests. And it is a real distraction. So, Undersecretary Fernandez, I'd love to hear from you how these reductions in force harm states' work with other federal agencies like the DFC to help American businesses secure our supply chains, and what should we be doing to work with DFC to continue to play a supporting role in securing critical mineral supply chains?
Thank you for your question. We could talk for a long time about this. And I'll be brief. This has got to be a bipartisan issue because it's a bipartisan problem. It's also an international problem. Our allies and partners understand that this is a problem, which is why we need a strategy. Part of that strategy has to include the DFC. The DFC was a very good partner in the Mineral Security Partnership. Why? Because funding is often the problem that we all need to crack. There are a number of changes in the DFC authorization that, in my eyes, would help. The equity scoring, for example, there's a penalty for investing in equity. The number of countries, the types of countries they can finance projects in, upper middle income countries are a problem. Argentina and Chile have the world's largest deposits of lithium, and yet the DFC can't work in those two countries. And so we've got to find a strategy that turns the DFC loose, that allows us to use all of the tools at our disposal, Exim Bank and TDA as well. And I think that's what the MSP did. And frankly, we had very good cooperation from the DFC.
Thank you. My time has expired, so I yield back.